Russian President Vladimir Putin's war on Ukraine is ramping up today, 14 days in. Former Attorney General Bill Barr says Biden's presence on the world stage is partly to blame. In his brand new book, Mr. Barr predicted Putin would take advantage of the president, writing, quote, "I'm afraid that with a wavering, intermittently alert Joe Biden in the Oval Office, Vladimir Putin will pursue Russian strategic goals more assertively and feel little need to find agreed-upon frameworks with the United States." Former Attorney General Bill Barr has got a brand new book. It's called One Damn Thing After Another. Joins us live. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Why'd you say that about Putin? You were right.
Well, he's always been clear about his strategic goals, which is to have Ukraine in his sphere of Russia's sphere of influence, and he doesn't want NATO there. But there was no real urgency because there wasn't, any prospect of Ukraine being brought into NATO anytime soon. But as soon as Biden won, I thought he would see this as a window of opportunity to grab what he wanted, because I think he viewed Biden as weak. And then Biden proceeded with that ugly withdrawal from Afghanistan, killing America's energy independence, which really increased Russians' leverage dramatically. And he didn't put in military hardware that would have made Russia think twice.
You have been talking about Russia for years now. This is obviously what's going on with Ukraine, but when you were Attorney General, it was all about Russia collusion. And now we know that did not work out. There are a lot of people who, obviously Trump did not, it's been found, Trump did not collude with the Russians to win the election.
Right.
But there was that whole story that it seems like half of America bought hook, line, and sinker. And people who are watching want to know that somebody's going to be accountable if they broke the law.
Well, you're right. It was a very damaging, big lie that started off the administration.
Did it start out as a dirty trick?
I believe it did. I think it started out as a political dirty trick. But it was propelled by the FBI jumping on it and spying on the Trump campaign. And it goes beyond the unfairness to Trump and the disruption of his administration. I think it tied Trump's hands to deal normally with Russia and try to negotiate some kind of structure or framework diplomatically that would avoid what we're seeing today. But his hands were tied by Russiagate, so it did a lot of damage. Now, as you know, I appointed a special counsel to go and look at the origin. Yeah, Mr. Durham. And, people are very impatient. I'm frustrated by the time it takes, but people have to understand that he wasn't able to get into the major part of this case until December 2019, when the IG actually completed his report and turned it over to him. Right. And then 3 months later, it's COVID. So it's a long, tortuous process. That's what criminal investigations sometimes are. But I think he will get to the bottom of it. And if he can prove a crime, I think he won't hesitate to indict people.
All right. Well, we're waiting for that. I know you were Attorney General during Bush 41, and then you came back to become one of Donald Trump's most effective cabinet members. One of the reasons you went back into public service was, you're an old school conservative, and you were worried about the direction of the country because you felt in 2020 in particular, we took a turn to the left in a hard way.
Right. I think the most dramatic change in our body politic has been under the Obama administration, and the sharp leftward turn of the Democratic Party into a form of progressivism that's very totalitarian in its temper, frankly. And I was very worried. Once Trump got the nomination, I supported him. I supported his policies. And I thought we were headed for a constitutional crisis with the Russiagate stuff. And I didn't want to go back into government and resisted it for a long time. But at the end of the day, I was persuaded by others that I had a good chance of being confirmed, and I had the experience and the independence, because I'm not looking for another job at my age, to help right the ship. And that's why I went back in. And
when you were talking to Donald Trump, he was wavering whether or not to hire you as Attorney General. And you told a story when you were in college, you were playing flag football, and one of the other kids on the other team threw sand in your eyes. And what did you do?
Well, I waited till the game was over so we could actually finish the game, and then I meted out justice by decking him. And I told that story to the president. I said, Mr. President, you know, punching back is okay, but if you immediately punch back when people attack you, then you're letting them pick the time and place. And I said, you have to be more strategic, and I think you and I are going to have a little tension. This is before I came in. I said, you and I are going to have a little tension because I believe in being somewhat strategic, and you just impulsively punch back. And I think that, and then I told him this story. But he didn't seem to understand the bottom line, which is, I said, look, the guy got justice, he was laid out, and the game was finished. If you had done it, everyone would have spent the afternoon holding you apart. You would have never played the game, and you'd never have gotten to the guy. So,
man, oh man! And ultimately, the president did hire you. The book is called "One Damn Thing After Another." That is not something that alludes to Donald Trump. That's something a former attorney general told you.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
It's always one damn thing after another.
Right.
Bill Barr, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right.